This morning I woke up abruptly, like out my sleep. It was about 3:30. I didn't go to bed till 1, mind you. And when I woke up, my heart was racing. My body felt heated up. And I didn't really quite understand what that was about because I couldn't remember what I was dreaming. But my intuition was flared up, and I had this type of feeling. And so I got still. I got quiet. I decided that I was going to meditate. I tried to watch a video. I tried to get up and, use the restroom and do some things to bring myself down. But my heart was still pumping fast. And I decided that I was going to meditate because I needed to get to the bottom of, first of all, getting myself under control, getting my system under control, purging any fear or anxiety or any of that I wasn't aware that I had, and then get into the root of, why Spirit woke me up like that. And so I went into meditation and got myself still. And in that meditation, as I was going deeper, a message was coming to me that a city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Shine your light. Shine your light. Don't hide it. Don't hide. See, I've been under quarantine for quite some time now. Social distancing is a norm for me. And being in a space where I solely rely on the Most High has been my life since I walked away from working for SkyWest Airlines in 1996. No matter what phase I was in, whether I was doing things to hustle or taking on clients, graduating my game, learning in school, every phase of my life, single motherhood, getting in trouble, every single aspect of my life, God has taken care of me. Faithfully. Without question. And there's been times when I've tried to rely on my own abilities. But as I continue to grow, I realized that any abilities that I had, they came from the Most High. They were never my abilities. So when provision came to me to take care of my family, no matter how that provision got there, that was God allowing it to get to me. When a client would show up out the blue, when I was able to service them, because I don't advertise what I do, God has always just connected me with people that I needed to be connected with, and disconnected me from people when their season was over. So I've been quarantined and self-quarantined for quite some time. Got unplugged from this system back in 2009 and, surrendered different aspects that I realized were silent contracts and entanglement to this matrix. Because contracts run the planet. Contracts run everything. being in the sea of commerce and understanding that even having a promissory note is a contract. Even having with what we identify with as money, which is not money, it's a promise to pay, is a contract. Passing those contracts. All relationships are contracts. Everything is about contracts. And when I realized that I was entered into some contracts from the time that I stepped onto this, got through the birth canal, birthed, when my ship docked, it birthed here, I realized that everything was about making a promise to pay something today that you would have to actually make good on in the future. So I chose to disconnect from all of that because I understood that in the event that the economy collapsed, the national debt is on the citizens. The national debt is on everyone that considers themselves to be a citizen of the United States of America Incorporated. And per family, everybody would have their place and their piece of that debt. And so if the economy collapsed, I understood that those debts would be called in the name of helping the country get back on its feet. I understood that mortgages were not real. They were death notes. They weren't designed for you to ever pay them off. I understood that we didn't own anything here because God owns all, and all we're here to be is stewards. And that as long as you would pay taxes to any third party for what you quote unquote own, it could be taken from you, so you don't own it. I understood that we were turned into digital versions of ourselves, and when we're transacting commerce, we're not transacting as flesh and blood beings, even though we think we are. But we are transacting as those digitalized formats. I understood the banking game. I understood what Social Security was about. I understood the educational system, the religious system, the tax system, the monetary system, the entertainment system, the political system, are different aspects of this grand stage show that we have all descended into. But none of it is real. It's placed here for our enjoyment. But the problem is we've allowed it to become master over us. And the way that we've allowed it to become master is through silent contracts that we were entered into and out of balance, out of control egos that believe that this is real, because this is all that the ego has ever experienced, will ever experience, is this reality. It doesn't know anything beyond this third dimensional realm. And so the only virus present right now is the virus of the ego, and every other virus is a result of that virus. And what we're dealing with is facing our triggers, because our higher nature, God within us, is calling us to be birthed forward. It's labor time. It's a shift. Creation is birthing the sons and daughters of God. And so our triggers, that's what we need to be paying attention to, the things that trigger us, because those are breaches in our energetic field. That's where our energy is leaking at. That's where it's seeping out. those breaches, those holes. We can't be whole with those triggers, not addressing those triggers, pointing the finger outside of us. And you did this and you did that, and this is mine and this is mine. We don't own nothing here. We don't own anything. There's one owner. There is one landlord. And I don't care if you got a mortgage. I don't care if you call yourself a home owner. I don't care if you call yourself a business owner. I don't care if you call yourself a parent, a bank, whatever, where there's a pretext that you own something. We don't own anything. Nothing. We are stewards here to manage. And the illusion of ownership has the majority of us on this rat race cycle of debt slavery. Where we can never catch up to the debt that's over our head. We've been passing so many promises to pay throughout our lifetime. We've been promising to pay. We ain't technically paid for anything yet. So now our higher nature is calling us. Our higher nature is telling us, listen, this is not it. It's time for your illusions and your ego and the sense of being in control of something and the sense of something being yours to crash and burn. I need you to understand you don't own anything. Nothing here belongs to you. It's here for you to enjoy. And you've allowed yourself to become mastered by an illusion, mastered by a dream that is turning into a nightmare for many, 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 many people because they have not heeded to their higher nature telling them and showing them. They continually go out and vote. They continually believe that they're changing the fabric of this reality when this is the land of the ego. This is not designed to be changed from the outside. It's designed to be changed from the inside. This matrix has to be changed from the inside out. This is an inside out job. And what we're seeing out here in this world is a reflection of what is going on in the inside of us. So the triggers that we have, the things that we are panicking about and worried about and all of these things, those are the things that we need to get to the bottom of, because the bottom line is either you're going to trust God or you're not. And I'm not talking about no religious doctrine. I'm talking about you have to understand that there is something on this planet, that something bigger than you, something greater than you that's been taking care of you all this time. Your heartbeat right now is not through your control. That blood flowing through your veins is not by your control. Your ability to hear this message is not by your control. Christ in you, the hope of glory. So you don't have to believe in anybody's definition of God, because God is within you. Your belief system does not stop the reality and truth that there is a force, a source, creator, from which all things come, positive and negative. The devil was created by God. So when you're out here thinking that this is some type of punishment, what it is you're not being punished, you're being birthed.